Hello and welcome to the XJet channel. I'm just working on the sense and avoid system because might as well do something late on a cold winter's night. Just turn that light off, might look better. That's good. So another video on the XJet channel. Been a while, hasn't it? And the reason it's been so long is because I promised myself I wouldn't post another video until I had some good news to share with subscribers and casual viewers. Because, you know, you don't want to get involved in negativity. You go on and people get bored and they think, ooh, this is dull, I'm not going to watch this. So I wanted to make sure the next thing I had to post was something very positive and uplifting and not complaining. And it is positive and uplifting because I'm going to thank the thousands of people who have sent messages of support either by email or as comments on the videos like the last one I posted. Absolutely brilliant. Now, I've got to say that when I told my wife, I mentioned this in the last video, when I told my wife that, you know, things were not working out too well, these grumpy old men were looking set to put us out of business, scuttle our retirement plan and send me onto the dole queue or whatever, she was a bit upset, as you'd understand. So, and she doesn't cope that well with, you know, bad news and stress at the moment. So when she saw all these messages of support from all over the world and the donations, we got scores of donations from every country in the world. People sent us what they could, $1 here, $1 there, some more, you know, some were quite good donations. Excellent. I was blown away. She was blown away. It put a smile on her face that was worth $1 million to me. So I realized there are some very special people who watch the stuff that I do, and I have an obligation to make sure I keep doing this because you guys have supported us, and I mean, yeah, I'm really humbled. It's gobsmacking. I really, you know, what can I say? I really have lost for words. Doesn't happen often, but this is it. I'm really lost for words to thank you for your support. It's the contrast between the support I've been getting from people all over the world and the hassles I've been getting from a grump of 10 or 12 grumpy old men who should be helping me, not trying to knock me down, is immense. It's amazing. So what's happening now? Because you want to know the update. Well, I still don't have my wings back. I mean, it's a sorry saga. It's a very sad indictment on the pettiness of these people, these grumpy old men. I'm not going to go through it in detail. I've put a link in the description of this video. Go and click on the link. It takes you off to a web page or a couple of web pages where I've documented the train of events that has happened recently. And it's a very sorry tale. I mean, these people, and fortunately for me, the members of Model Flying New Zealand have been watching what's going on, and even they are starting to say, well, something's not right here. This is not a safety issue. This is nothing more than a group of grumpy old men who seem to be taking things very personally and exercising or abusing their power to get a payback against me because I criticised them. And I called them grumpy old men, which, as it turns out, was an incredibly accurate description based on their recent activities and their recent performance. So there you go. Go and have a look at the pages that are linked in the bottom of the video, but enough of that. Suffice to say that I'm not giving up this, I'm carrying on. Now, I don't have my wings, so legally, I still can't fly at the airfield. Although some of you will have noticed that I did fly in part 2 of the CTLS, Freewing CTLS review on the RC Model Reviews channel, and I will continue to fly. Now, I'm not flouting the law, I'm not trying to get myself in trouble, but I've only got two options. Either I carry on doing the only thing I can do to earn enough money to keep a roof over our head, or I give it all up and I go, I don't know, get turfed out on the street and the wife with me. I mean, it's a bit of a, there's not really much of a choice there, is there? You've just got to carry on doing what you can do. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, if anybody sees me doing anything that's dangerous, if they can prove that I pose a risk to property or person or the other users of the airspace, then by all means complain, call the police, call CAA, call whoever you want to, you know, call the President of the United States and complain about me being incredibly unsafe, but they better be damn well prepared to back it up with some kind of evidence, because I'm not unsafe. I'm safer than the people you've seen in my last video. They didn't get censured. They aren't hauled up before the courts for breaking CAA regulations. So I don't expect that if I go and fly completely safely with an observer, with a radio, with all the common sense and safety attitudes that I've got, I don't expect anyone will complain unless they're just incredibly petty, mean and vindictive. So I guess we'll find out. Hopefully there's not too many of those people around. Maybe there'll be 10 or 12 complaints. We know where they'll come from. But I can't afford not to, so I'm going to. So that's where I'm at. That's the positive news. Moving on. And even more importantly, you remember we spoke some time ago, Barry and I had this idea, the world's largest RC club. Well, yeah, we're finally getting that ball rolling again. I dropped the ball. I've been so sort of tied up with trying to deal with these grumpy old men that I really, you know, so focused. I didn't have much time to do anything else. So now that I've got that, it's a bugger them, you know. I don't care about these grumpy old men. They're ruining the hobby for everyone else, and you know, people are starting to wake up to it. Things hopefully will change in the fullness of time. But in the meantime, I'm getting on with getting on. I'm going to be promoting the hobby. I'm going to be introducing new people to the hobby, spreading the passion, and helping those who don't have the benefit of my experience and skills and many, many years of flying. Share the knowledge, share the excitement, share the fun with them. And of course, the world's largest RC club is the way to do it. So I've registered a domain, and there's a link in the bottom of the thing. Now, this isn't necessarily the final domain, the final name, because we've got to go through that selection process. You guys are going to have to go to the website and vote for the club name and the logo that you think is best. Now, I've just taken one. It was one that several people thought it was good. You've got to start somewhere. I've got to have a name for a website if I'm going to get people coming to do the voting. So we've done that. If we don't want that website or that particular club name, that's fine. I'll just get another one. Simple, easy as. So don't think that anything's a foregone conclusion. Now, it's a crap week coming up. It's supposed to be rain, and there's a big polar or Antarctic blast coming up from the south. It's going to freeze us all rigid. So I'll be stuck in here behind my computer trying to get the basics of the website up. Even if I just get the forums up, or some forums, probably not the final layout of the forums, a final sort of concept, but something up in the meantime so we can get the discussion going, get the ball rolling, toss some ideas around and see where we go. We've got to progress this further forward, and it's something positive we can do. It helps everybody everywhere in the world that flies model aircraft. You all get a chance to join in, become part of the world's biggest, funnest RC club, and it's time there was a global club, because at the moment there isn't one. So let's make one. Simple as that. And I shall continue my flying. You'll be more flight videos coming up on this channel and on RC Model Reviews. You'll see plenty of flying going on. Maybe some police as well, you don't know. But I'm sure that no one will complain, because for them to do so would be a very, very sad commentary on their own personality and their own agendas and perspectives, wouldn't it? So let's end on a positive note and say, I don't think anyone would be that petty, would they? There you go. Now, if you've got a comment, stick it on the bottom of the video. If you like what you've heard, and if you're really keen on the world's largest RC club, give it a thumbs up and go over to that website when I've got it up and do your voting. And in the meantime, it's cold, it's miserable, it's late at night. I'm just going to get on. We're working on the sense and avoid system. Got heaps more work to do on that, but legally I can't test it. Honestly, I can't test this thing legally because it's commercial. So I can't even take the little PC board here, stick it in AXN, fly around for 10 minutes and land it and then analyze the data, because it's against the regulations. What can you do? Anyway, thanks for watching, and smile on the face. And as I say, big thanks to all the supporters. Big thanks to those who made the donations, because I've got to tell you, with the lack of videos going up, the YouTube revenues are barely enough to survive on anyway, but they were less than half of normal. So without that money, the wife and I would be out on the street, quite literally, and freezing in the gutter in the rain and the wind. You're great people. I really appreciate having you out there. Thank you very much. Bye for now.